Disclaimer. I would like to take this moment at the start of the video to state I am a massive Dragon Age fan, and I have beat all the games multiple times, and will continue to play all of them, even Inquisition. This video exists to point out why I hate Dragon Age Inquisition as a game. Thanks for tuning in. Oh, and spoilers for all the games. Duh. Chapter 1. Actually good. While overall I think Dragon Age Inquisition is the least fun of the series, I do think it has some areas where it completely outshines its predecessors. Let's talk about number 1. Dragon Age Inquisition has a great cast of companions. Nearly every companion in the game has their moments, with one glaring exception. They all have personality, and possibly the best party conversations I've seen in all of Dragon Age. In fact, the companions in Inquisition seem to be the only developed characters. Number 2. Crafting. Look, man, I saw a man turn some green rocks into a sword called the Picklinator. Funniest shit I've ever seen. Number 3. The Egg. This man single-handedly saved the story of Inquisition. Without him, it would have been just a battle against Corey trying to get in the house. His story and motives place him as one of the current best villains in Dragon Age. He's the type of villain where you can understand him, or maybe even wish to join him. But he took my fucking arm, so fuck him and Elfkind. Number 4. Horsemaster Dennett. The most based character of all, because he hates Orlesians. And so do I. Logain Gang for life. Chapter 1. The leader of the Inquisition. Out of all the characters in Inquisition, nothing matches my disappointment in the leader of the Inquisition. They are by far the most flat and boring protagonist we have had. The writers wanted to leave the personality up to us, but that fails when we're railroaded for the rest of the story. Characters like the Warden and Hawk have backstories that easily showcase their wants and desires. The Inquisitor feels more like they were birthed into the world, and now they're in the Inquisitor. I personally believe this is why dialogue in Inquisition feels worse than DO2. Chapter 2. Mobile game time waster. I honestly cannot for the life of me figure out why this made it into the game. The war table is entirely necessary, and only adds bloat into the game. The feature is such a waste of time that people have created mods to remove it entirely. If Dragon Age Inquisition was a mobile game, this feature would actually make sense from a certain point of view. But in a single-player RPG, it feels out of place and actively hostile to people just looking to play. Chapter 3. Watch how many boring quests I can fit into one zone. One word. Hinterlands. Out of all zones, it suffers the most from quest bloat. There is so much to do in the Hinterlands that you can level enough and get enough points to be Crifius and the game. And by so much to do, I mean you can go save a ram or some dude's bison. Or hell, you want some fun, you can go kill some wolves. Compared to the previous titles, the side quests in DAI feel like they're only there to collect points needed to continue the main story. Which sucks, because some of the quests feel like they had potential. They only needed more dialogue, such as the Carta quest or even the quest with the Cult of Andraste. I think it's later zones that do it better, but really you shouldn't make the first part of your game unattractive. It's simply awful design. Chapter 4. The villain is a villain and has an evil plan. Good old Corey. He's like Sauron. Evil because he's evil. Looking for a vestige of his power that just so happens to be in the main character's possession. And overall, being power hungry. But this all comes with one minor exception. At the end of Lord of the Rings, Tolkien doesn't reveal that Sauron was a glorified can opener from some pointy-eared fuck. Crifius has many ambitions and is shown to be extremely competent with his magic agents that can infiltrate any group. Hell, the dude must have maxed out charisma to get so many people to trust a giant scrotum-faced man with a therapy crystal growing out of his head. Of course, I'm still questioning why he would kill the Divine and those at the meeting when he seems to have plenty of magisters in his pocket. Like, dude, just gather up all their slaves and your massive following to do the ritual. All he did by using the divine was introduce more variables into his plan, which led to his downfall. Overall, I don't like bland, big bad, evil guy villain, especially when it's Corypheus. I would have preferred a villain that had motives we could understand, like those of every DA2 villain. Personally, I think Magister Alexios could have been a better villain for DAI. His motives are very understandable, and him having a personal relationship with Dorian would add a lot to the story. It would also make him being a pawn of the egg feel more natural and realistic. The finale. It's finally over. I actually wanted to use this last category to talk about a good factor in DAI that a younger me did not respect or really understand. That's the LGBT representation in DAI. With great characters like Dorian, who, I don't know about you guys, will always be my bestie, or Krem, who gives a realistic take on the struggles of a trans individual in a highly traditional setting. I know out there on the internet, there are likely posts where I hate the aforementioned quote-unquote pandering, but I have changed and realized that was entirely closed-minded on me at the time. Thanks for tuning into my TED Talk. Have a good night. Hey, you look like you want to follow me on Twitch, and that's the best thing you can do, because I want to make a meme where basically I'm going to make a text document of the first 50 followers and sell it as an NFT for like 50 cents for some fucking reason. I think it'd be funny. Anyway, follow me at twitch.tv/angrygesh. I hope to see you there.